To most people, food is a fuel, a pleasure, a way to socialize. But for some people, food can become more than just food. Good morning, everyone. I am Lashini Pethiyagoda from Mahamaya Girls' College, Kandy. And today, I will be presenting my research, Disordered Eating, the first steps towards an eating disorder. So, first of all, what is an eating disorder? An eating disorder is simply a psychological condition where the person suffering exhibits severe disordering behavior related to food and eating habits. Eating disorders are more than just food and weight, and they have complex cultural, psychological, and biological backgrounds. They are not fad diets or lifestyle choices spurred by vanity, but rather psychological conditions that often come with serious consequences. There are many causes for eating disorders, but my research focuses on disordered eating behavior, which leads towards a fully fledged eating disorder. When I conducted my research, I had two main aims, and the most important one was bringing awareness to eating disorders. Eating disorders are something of a taboo, especially psychological disorders in general are something of a taboo in Sri Lanka. Most people are not well educated about eating disorders and the like. So I thought, as a young adult and as one of the members of my society, it was important for me to bring awareness to a topic which was so important. Especially when we are considering eating disorders, they are one of the most deadly disorders out there. It has the highest death rate out of any psychological disorder. And my next objective was identifying disordered eating habits in young adults. In most areas of the world, thinness is a common pursuit. Due to the ideal standards of body depicted by celebrities, most young adults are influenced by mass media into thinking that thinness is the ideal of health. And we, young adults, are quite easily influenced. And if this cultural learning and social learning could give such ill consequences, then maybe this learning can also be attributed into how we see our body and how we see others' body in a positive manner. Talking about young adults, although eating disorders do not discriminate age, gender, sexuality, or ethnicity, statistics show that most ED patients are young adults. This brings me to the hypothesis of my research. My hypothesis was that most young adults exhibit disordered eating behavior which could lead to eating disorders. My methodology for this research had three main components, namely a literature review, an online survey, and an interview. The online survey used a Google form, and I collected information from 100 participants from the ages 13 to 25, regardless of their age and ethnicity. This form was completely anonymous and had a questionnaire approved by a psychiatrist. The literature review was conducted mainly using the 3 books shown on the screen and some old researchers. Finally, the interview was conducted with a government psychiatrist in order to get insight towards the eating disorders from a Sri Lankan perspective. The results of my research were as follows. They were sadly not quantitative but qualitative. As you can see, using the literature review, I could identify the symptoms and the causes as well as the common disordered eating behaviors which led to eating disorders. The survey results showed that 79% of the participants were female. And out of these people, most belong to the age group of 17 to 20. During the survey, it was discovered that a majority exhibited disordered eating behaviors like vomiting, fasting, using laxatives, and lying to friends and family about their eating habits. Furthermore, it was discovered that a significant number of the participants exhibited disordered eating habits and unhealthy relationships with food. Some of the major disordered eating behavior that they exhibited are as follows. You can see it on the screen. And because of this, there were many physical complications like weight loss, gain, fatigue, lethargy, insomnia, hair loss. When the results obtained from this survey was compared and contrasted with the answers from the interview as well as the data obtained from the literature review, I could come to the conclusion that many young adults exhibit eating habits that could easily lead to eating disorders. This research does not end here, especially when most people don't know about eating disorders and the like, and when it is something that causes so many complications, it is important that we bring further awareness into something that affects the health of people so deeply. In a country like Sri Lanka, where the young adults' health translates towards the health of our future, it is important that we work towards uprooting these little causes which lead to a huge disaster. I thought that a conduction of a data analysis was really important because I could not do that for my research, and I also wanted to conduct an in-person written questionnaire with more participants. The number of male participants was quite low, with 79% participants being female, and a questionnaire specifically for males would also be quite useful. Finally, I would like to thank the research societies of Mahamaya Girls College Kandy and Kingswood College Kandy, and the teacher in charge of our research unit, and the psychiatrist who helped me through my research, as well as my family and friends for their unwavering belief. Before I end my presentation, I would like to say that eating disorders are something we all should be aware of. I hope you learned something new today, and that we can all work towards the betterment of our society together. Thank you.